Hey guys, this is Captain Frugal reporting for duty, giving you my comic books review of the week for February 15th, 2023. All right, everybody, for all those of you that are new to the channel, we've been getting a lot of subscribers, so thank you for joining the channel, and thank you to everybody that stuck it around with us. So for those of you that are unaware, I review some comics, so if you hear any noise, these are my notes. That's common. I use paper as well as the computer to do my notes because I'm a bit of a mixture of old school, new school. Anyway, I give the comics that I've chosen. It doesn't mean I've read every comic of the week, so bear with me in mind. I can only read so many and I only have so many time and so many dollars. With that said, I give them a score of 0 through 10 using school grade systems, which means the middle 70s are average. So you're going to find a lot. Matter of fact, this week there is a lot in that general area. Yeah, I'd use decimal points and things like that to sort of go and, get tiny in there and get deep and in depth, but that's okay. So here we go. We're going to start first today with my top three. Yeah, I'm going to go with the top three. The first one, my number 3. Are we ready? Let's get this going.
Awesome!
All right, my number 3 pick was Invincible Iron Man number 3. Tony Stark breaks bad. No one is safe around Tony Stark. A close friend is dead, and the culprit looks to be Tony himself. But who's the real murderer? Well, you're going to have to read this issue to find out, but the art's pretty good. I did dig the cover. I thought this was a good cover. This would be a good one in a cover battle, I think. So strong cover, good start with that regard. Let me dig up my notes here, exactly what I thought on that. Good art. Tony is figuring it out in this issue. By issue 3, starting to figure out what the problem was going on, and we get some War Machine. So if you're a War Machine fan, you might want to check this out. I gave this issue a 7.1. Yeah, 7.1. All right. My next one is number 2, and this one is going to maybe get some people some butt hurt. Yeah, so you know what they say, shots fired. Because this one is a common one for people to hate, but this was actually a really good issue, I thought. And that was, you ready for this? Boy, am I gonna get some heat. Captain Marvel number 46. I gave it a 7.4. Carol Danvers is on an express elevator to her own personal hell, and the Brood Empress is determined to ensure that Captain and all of her friends make it to their destination. Yeah, death. Rescuing their team and getting out alive has always been the goal, but the odds are more deeply stacked against her team than Carol can even imagine. We have an X-Men group here in this issue, in this story arc, to help pump up the sales of Captain Marvel, because we need some X-Men push. There's going to be a crossover as well, but it does have solid art in this issue. The story was good, the characterization was pretty good, and Marvel really needs to step it up and do more issues like this with Captain Marvel. If they could do that, they could really have a chance of pumping up this series and making it actually last. This is one of the longest running series of Captain Marvel we've had in a long time, because most of them have been really poorly written since the first 2. So it's nice to see Captain Marvel get a little bit of decent treatment and a little bit of love. And are we ready? Are we ready for my number 1? Now this one surprises me too, because it has been all over the place with this miniseries. From not so great because of the tie-in with Dark Web, which I think really spoiled it, because the first group and the first miniseries of this team up was absolutely wonderful, and that is Mary Jane and the Black Cat. Yeah, my number 1 went to Mary Jane and the Black Cat with a 7.41. Mary Jane Watson and Felicia Hardy are trapped in limbo by Velasco. I think I might be butchering that name. And if they want to escape, they'll have to heist their way out. A shaky alliance with an unexpected ally may be their only hope to survive the Screaming Tower. But MJ's holding back. What is the true price of her new superpowers? And why can't Black Cat come clean about the new man in her life, which is Peter, of course? The truth may ruin their friendship. And you know what? Here we go. This is where this issue is interesting, because this Velasco guy is a complete jerk. They know that. They're working together knowing that they're going to turn on each other. Knowing that. We don't really get any information on MJ's power here, unless I missed something there. But we do get at the end of the issue why her power, which is I don't like Mary Jane's power in the first place, is not been pulling up good things, which should be sort of obvious if you're familiar with the Black Cat. But if you don't know the Black Cat's powers, you probably don't get that. But it only works, Black Cat's powers only work against her enemies or people she doesn't like or whatever in that regard. So, a little twist there. The art is really good in this issue. I did enjoy the art. Great cover on this issue. Really, it's a fun team up. I like seeing these two together. It's a fun issue. This was a fun read. 7.41. I'm enjoying it. As I said, this was the best one, I think, so far of the miniseries. I didn't like the dark web parts, but it was a nice change of pace here. All right, next we're going to hit the bottom and then the middle of the road. Before we get to the bottom, I just want to take a moment and say thank you. Yeah, thank you to all those people here, because without these people, these videos would not be possible. They help support the channel using Patreon and Subscribestar, and you can too. For just as low as $1 a month, you'll get special music background tracks for anything you want. You also get special videos and things just for you, articles for you, as well as special deals on things. And I'm going to be doing another giveaway soon. Yeah, another giveaway. So this is going to be a good one, I think. I might even actually have a couple giveaways coming that you can win prizes and things by being a member and just helping for as little as $1 a month, because we would greatly appreciate it. So thank these people, because once again, they are awesome. All right, the next one. This one is a bitter pill to me because I love the art in it. My bottom, we're going to do the bottom next. So my bottom, number 3, was Spider-Man, End of the Spider-Verse, Part 5. So it's issue number 5. The End of the Spider-Verse, Part 5. It's spectacular life, the sound of music, it says in the headline, which I don't get. 40 of 50 people liked it on this website I'm checking out. It says, the End of the Spider-Verse continues. See the new side of Peter Parker and the Spider Mythos. Chanthra and her forces work towards the extinction of the Arachnid Sapiens. Plus, this issue includes a special superheroic backup story featuring Spider-Man and Photon celebrating Black History Month. First of all, I think Photon's a great character. It's nice to see her. I love Bagley art. And the art here is good. Once again, I dig that. The problem, though, ultimately is the story. Now, with that said, this issue I did give a 7.01. Yeah, so average. It wasn't terrible. It was better than Slott's normal. Dan Slott, though, is still trying to make people like Silk. He keeps pushing this character because he created the character, and therefore he's going to get some kickback for that if he can ever make that character popular. But, I mean, who really gives a crap about Silk? She's just another copy of a Spider-Woman. You know, it's the character's been written bad from day one. If you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe look into the history of Silk. It's pretty disgusting. It seems like this was more about promoting Silk and her, than actually a Spider-Man book. Because that's what it all is. It's a flip-flop. Peter Parker is no longer Spider-Man. Silk is Spider-Man in this issue. Just overall, it's pretty good, though. It's a pretty good issue, but that's it. Nothing special. I don't even recommend getting this series of Spider-Man at all. It hasn't really been that good. One good issue like this doesn't make up enough to get the series. So once again, Spider-Man, number 5 with a 7.01. All right, my next one at the bottom of the barrel. This one hits the bottom a lot, and this really does sadden me because it's got some great characters in it. But it repeatedly hits it partly due to bad writing and bad art, and that's Batgirls number 15. Dead wrong. There's nothing like some father-daughter bonding, unless you're Stephanie Brown and you thought your father was dead until he kidnapped you. At least the best BFF, Cassandra Cain, best friend forever, I guess, determined to find you. It's a deadly adventure for Cass, but nothing can stop her from risking it all to save Steph, unless it's Death herself. And 32 out of 34 out of this reading here said they liked it. You know what? I get it. I do. But the art, I will say, has actually stepped up some. Art has been a little better. I gave this book a 7. Yeah, so average. That's a step up, right? It has improved some, the series has. It seems like no one stays dead, though, in comics, and we continue to see that trope here. And I will say that there's some goofiness and jank in the writing. Like Stephanie says, the cycle of senseless violence ends with me as she punches her father in the face. Did she miss the point of what she just said? But the story was pretty good, even though it was predictable. The art is improving. I gave it a 7. So yeah, could have been a lot worse for Batgirls number 15. All right, now we're going to go to the bottom. This one really, really saddened me that it was this bad because I expected so much more. Well, I shouldn't say I expected more. I hoped a lot more for it. I didn't have the highest hopes. Well, the highest expectations, once again, but the hopes were there, and that was Masters of the Universe, and here's why it lost in my eyes. Masterverse number 1. Here we go. We're going to get He-Man with the multiverse kind of thing now. I gave this issue a 6.8. Yeah, once again, a 6.8. Not a very good one. The art in it is some good and some was pretty awful. And they do this intentionally with the awful art section because it has a particular kind of storyline, but it went way on longer than it needed to get this little jab, this little joke across into the multiverse. It took pages where it should have been done in one. It would have hit harder and landed harder if they did it in one. Just saying that. If you read the issue, you'll understand. But here's the thing. Just so maybe I'll give you a little information. It's those snack advertisements in comic books with a hero one-page snack story. You have that, but it takes multiple pages for that kind of thing. So you didn't get enough payoff for what you got there. Biggest thing is do we need another multiverse issue? In the depths of Castle Grayskull, the Sorceress and Zodiac debate the value of He-Man. To save the life of her champion, the Sorceress must take the Cosmic Enforcer on tour of the multiverse. First a tour across the world where a dim, barbaric He-Man bumbles through a world of annoying warrior goddesses and bored demons as he's pursued by a hungry green tiger and the tale drawn by the legendary Sergei, which I'm going to not even bother with the rest of that name because I'm going to butcher it. Then the next story is where the art got bad. Then to stop in Eternia where the power of Grayskull summons an entirely different warrior in a horrific ghost story illustrated by Kelly Jones. Actually, I was wrong on that one. It was okay art-wise. And then you get more and more of these mini stories here. A little bit there as an anthology. It says not to be missed, but I'm going to say it can be missed. Even though 8 and 9 liked it, I'm not a fan of this continuous multiverse. We have Tim Seeley writing this. It's just multiverse this, multiverse that. Now it's even into He-Man. Is there any comic property that is free from the multiverse? It continues to dilute the characters. It seems that the writing is how do I put this? Absolutely lazy. Because everyone goes, oh, I'll just write multiverse and write, 20 different versions of the same character because that's cool. They're killing the multiverse. Used lightly once in a while. Sure, it's a cool concept, but we continuously get beat over the head. This, in my opinion, is a failure. All right. So with that said, let's hit the middle books. We had Avengers Forever, number 14. I gave it a 7.03. Once again, that's Avengers Forever, issue number 14. A 7.03. This series just continues to, I should say, just not live up to what it needs to. How about that? The mightiest heroes of the multiverse, the protectors, once again, multiverse, by the way, the protectors of the prehistoric Earth and the mainstay Avengers of the present day Marvel Universe. At last, they all stand together in one place, united against a common foe. What enemy could dare stand against the greatest force ever assembled? Here comes Doom, the living planet, with the answer. Yeah, that's the thing. Here we go. Jason Aaron has not been winning us over with this series. It's decent art in this. A lot of action in this issue, but the story, here's the kicker. It tries really hard to be heartfelt. But how can you have a heartfelt moment when you don't know the characters? You had hardly any time with the characters. So if we lose that character, it doesn't have the impact. We need Avengers to get back to its core Avengers. It doesn't even have to be the core lineup. I just mean a core group of Avengers and not a zillion multiverse groups, because it really is diluting the brand and not helping in a 7.03. All right, next, let me hit my middle. We have Hulk issue number 12. Now, this one sort of surprised me a bit. I have not been enjoying the Hulk. Titan is coming. Bruce Banner has finally found paradise. Revered as the god and with no fear of hurting everyone around him for the first time in a long time, things are looking pretty good for the Hulk. That didn't last long in this issue. But as with everything else, Bruce Banner should have known that he can never know peace for long. And Titan, the darkest part of him, refuses to remain caged like an animal. This is where the series, I think, finally starts to get interesting. I have not been a fan of this. I have been open about that. But I must admit, this issue was pretty good. It was a lot of fun. We had another battle in the Hulk's mind. That's always interesting to me. Things aren't looking too good for our favorite Jade Giant. But it was decent, and the art style, and this issue actually sort of works. I give this issue a 7.02. Yeah, surprised me. Much better than I expected. Now, another series here. This one's warming up to me. It's getting more interesting by the day. Every time I read another issue, I've always liked the character. It's nice to see Marvel giving her a little more attention. The original Captain Marvel, female Captain Marvel, not the original male Captain Marvel, right? Monica Rambeau, Photon issue number 3, which I gave a 7.025. Yes, I know I'm splitting hairs here. Give me a break. It's a little hard when they're all average. The fate of the world relies on the power of Photon. Still searching for answers as to why the universe is gone all topsy-turvy, Monica Rambeau blazes into a forgotten corner of the cosmos. But even as she seeks help to put her friends and life right side up again, yeah, it's a mess, she encounters a group of wanderers who desperately need her assistance to survive. It's a pretty sweet story. It says 18 out of 21 liked it. Wish that number was higher. It means not a lot of people are checking out this book. It's a slow story, though, not an action one, but it's a well-written story and issue, giving you some more insight into the character. Good characterization in this, and solid art, 7.025. Good job with Photon, and the writer was Miss Eve Ewing did this one. Eve Ewing. All right, let's see there. I think that, oh, nope, there's one more in the middle of the pack. And this is one that I'm glad to see this character as well getting more attention. If you were an Avengers fan, I don't know how you can not like this character. It's Wasp issue number 2 with a 7.04. The Whirlwind fails to identify the person who forced the attack on the Wasps. Janet and Nadia Van Dyne must combine their skills to locate their new foe. But something about this case seems unnervingly familiar to Jan. Can she figure out what it is in time to save their lives? And this was written by Al Ewing. And here's the thing, I think this issue might be selling pretty well because 39 out of 41 liked it on this website. So that's one of the higher amounts of votes for that. So it means this series might be gaining some attention. Maybe, hey, Marvel, wake up. People like the Wasp. Write the character good, and maybe we'll have a good selling title here. It's a decent story. The art's okay, but here's the thing. The art was okay, but I found that this art tends to lack power. You're going to see on a panel, if you read this issue, where the two Wasps punch the enemy. It doesn't look like there's any power in the punch. It's almost like they need to go back to art the Marvel way, go back to some of the art books from the classic Marvel art books of how to draw art the Marvel way to show that action, because it just doesn't show the power, sadly, in the panels. But it's nice seeing Jan get more attention. Unfortunately, everything in this issue is average. That's the problem. Step it up. Quit making it just average. I know it's getting a good rating here. Don't get me wrong, but I think it could do better. Get it up a little bit, maybe a little bit better artistically. Not much, just needs a little bit because it's not bad. And keep that up with the story. People like this character. I think that this, Jan deserves it. She's been around a long time, founding member of the Avengers, definitely deserves it. All right, everybody, that was my opinion. These are the comic books I read, but I'm going to throw one extra special one in here that didn't actually come out this week. It's anti-Heroinberg. It's Heroinberg, but it says anti-Heroinberg because it's focusing on a different group. It's Heroinberg issue number 3 for 2022. Yeah, I know I'm a while behind on this one. If you haven't been checking out that series, if you like a cast of female characters, you might want to check out Heroinberg. It's a indie title focused on superpowered women, not over-sexualized or anything of that nature. So if you want that, and it leads into videos, they actually do videos, live-action videos with these characters and like cosplay type of costumes. It's not, blockbuster, high-end dollar spent stuff, but it's indie people doing the best they can do on that budget. And you know what? Why not just dive in and have a little bit of fun once in a while? It's just good to see what people do when they give out their best effort. And there is Heroinberg Comics. The art, I think, has improved over the last couple issues as well. I've noticed that. So I think the artist is getting more comfortable, more used to doing this. Not bad. Check it out. Heroinberg. You can look it up online. You might want to continue checking that out. It's a pretty interesting thing to do. All right, everybody. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate every one of you. You are all amazing. Without you, this channel would not be possible. See, look at that. That was supposed to be a kiss, but it sounded pretty loud and crazy, right? Sorry about that. All right, everybody. So let's all have some fun together. Let's share some good comics and keep people away from the bad ones. Until next time, keep it frugal.